All right. So, how's your guys fucking holidays before we start?
It was
Okay, okay.
ruined, but then it was gently pieced back together with some scotch tape.
Interesting. Scotch tape in particular.
Scotch tape. Well, more so duct tape because I didn't have scotch tape.
Good.
I mean, I had the scotch tape, but I couldn't find it, so I had to use the
No,
duct tape.
no. I would have been insulted if you didn't use duct tape. Um, yeah. So yeah, after the holidays, we could finally fucking play again. I'll tell you guys right now, this session is gonna be completely improvised because I've been procrastinating due to the lazy holiday season.
That's
That's
fine.
okay.
I think we all
have
have.
some leads on stuff that we want to do.
Okay. All right. So, uh, last
Give us a
time,
prologue.
yeah. Last time we played this this dreadful session, known as the Nook and Cranny in my Roll20 account. You guys came into this town. You guys found it bustling with some interesting life forms, mainly dark creatures, dark dwarves, dark elves, tieflings, some humans, some gnomes, but yeah. Everything seems to be normal, as like a normal town. You know, but there may be some different things here, like why are goblins living in this town? It's kind of weird, but yeah. You guys, you guys traveled through the town, explored it. You guys found some NPCs, one of which is a dwarf that seems to be hated by the whole party. But this dwarf in particular gave Aldor the necessary materials to rebuild his armor, but that was later. You guys then found some inns to sleep at. You guys decided to sleep in the market district, known as the Iron Maiden Inn. This is all off memory, by the way. um, you guys, Aldor, you found a drunken drow, a dark elf, and he gave you information about the god of creation. Actually, I should bring up that note as well if I have it.
Thanks, babe.
No, not that. Definitely not that.
Go into your settings. I want to make sure your aim assist is turned on.
What
What?
you playing?
She's playing Overwatch, but I think she's playing without aim assist.
On
Oh,
Console.
PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
I
Why
heard
would-
something completely different.
That's why she's screaming. Cause
Exactly.
where the hell
Play
is
with
this?
console.
No, it's not this one. Where the hell are my notes? Dream, broken god.
Orcs rebuild.
Ah, notes. There we
their
go.
armor.
There, yeah, Nook and Cranny. Nook and Cranny. I got it. Okay. So, yes. So, you talked to an elf, and the elf gave you information about the king, the god of the dwarven kind. That where I have his name somewhere.
The elf or the orc?
The elf gave you this. The elf gave you this information, which is how you
Yeah.
came to know about the orc. You went to the orc and talked to him, and he said he would gladly give you.
The drow was Elith, and
Yeah,
the
Elith,
orc
yeah.
was Bofa.
Yeah. So yeah, you talked to the you talked to the elf, and then led you to the ritual district. You found all the churches, one of which was the Church of Zizal, you guys came to later. But you talked to the orc. The orc said that he would gladly repair your armor if you give him the Nook and Cranny symbol. He also said that he would repay you for allowing him to keep the wooden one, and he'll make you a the same thing but in a different material.
That was gold.
Okay, go.
You know what? I'm gonna take the shitty one and give you a better one.
Yeah, that's
because I want it.
yeah. It's because he's had dreams about it. Plague, you were trying to get upgraded armor. You and Kaz went to the goblins, and
My shoe should be ready.
yes, your shoe should be ready. And the best part about this interaction in particular was you guys read the sign and it said "We fix your stuff," and then you guys went inside and said, "So what do you guys do here?" And with the goblin replied, "We fix your stuff." Yes, the goblin really appreciated you, Kaz, because you were able to speak goblin, and you were being very nice, and he was gladly able to use the rest of his leather to make you a new boot. In which case, Plague had no leather to work with. So that's one way to get upgraded leathers. To bring leather to them, they said they'll upgrade it for you if you bring the leather. But upon further investigation, you found the Thieves Guild, and you followed it. You went inside, and you met this really rotund, big, buff, bouncer guy. And Aldor decided to stay out of it because he did not want to lose all his weapons and armor or offensive capabilities. And Kaz and Plague went inside, in which they found that Gilmore, Plague's master, quote unquote, originally came from here, and he's a sly motherfucker. He's just an overall bitch. And and then you guys met with a tiefling who seems to be the leader. You guys didn't ask for her name.
Sarah.
You guys did?
We did.
Damn it. Okay, this is why you guys take notes to help me. Okay, so Asara, you dueled her, Plague. You lost, sadly. You almost won. You almost won, but you didn't.
And I have the ammunition.
Yes, yeah. It's a wooden symbol that you cannot understand. Once Plague woke up after falling unconscious, you showed him the symbol, and the symbol says, "And thieves can't rookie." And you guys are supposed to meet up in the ritual district, hold up the symbol, and someone will come up to you and give you a task. And then that's when you guys went to the ritual district after dragging Plague and his dead body on top of a shield. you guys made it to the ritual district. At this point, Plague woke up, and then you guys found the Zyzel church. Kaz, you went inside and you asked around, and you went into the pool of blood and talked to Lord Zyzel himself. Though you didn't see him, you could hear him within yourself, and he spoke to you. And after further questions, you now have this large large beak, a mask, a vulture's beak, basically. And this allows you to get advantage on perception checks, investigation checks, and religion checks. So that's that.
That's what it all does?
Mhm.
Okay.
That's what it does.
That's
The downside is there is a chance that your mind could be consumed. He didn't tell you by what or how, but he gave you that warning before you said yes to it.
Gotcha.
So you said yes to that. You came out and you have this beak on you, and you were covered in blood. You guys found a zombie woman, more or less. She doesn't seem to be rotting, but she has no means of communication. If anything, she is
brain dead.
Yeah, she is brain dead. Aldor, you learned that in the Church of Creation, there's a group building a construct. Now, this construct was told to hold its soul and become alive once it has a soul within it. Okay, so
they're building an avatar?
yes, effectively, but it's a construct. It's a mechanical being. It's not living. So after all this information was shared, you guys split off. Aldor and Ninja went back to the market district and fell asleep in the market district in the Iron Maiden Inn.
Iron Maiden.
Yes. Plague and Kaz decided to stay in the church, as Kaz has free stay. And then Plague tried to sneak his little tiny fingers into Kaz's pants and ended up grabbing not the wooden symbol, but another wood that we will not speak of. But you guys woke up the next day. You guys heard a bunch of bustling outside, and the guards were moving, and you guys eventually met up outside where you guys see right now this map. And you guys had to deal with a Khajiit, an orc, and a female dwarf. From what you guys can tell, these guys were killing skeletons and leaving.
For some reason, the guards didn't like them killing skeletons.
Yes, because these are their farmers, which you guys will learn in a bit. But
Skeletons are their farmers.
No.
yes, but as the three hostile creatures were leaving, the Khajiit turned around and saw as Plague and Kaz were on the ground, and he said, "You guys aren't skeletons with meat?" And then you guys replied with, "No!" And he goes, "Okay," and he left.
I mean, thank God, right?
So, last time we played, Plague, I said that you died, but in reality you didn't, because I realized that I didn't roll a natural 1. If I rolled a natural 1 for the guard save, you would have taken a death stroke, in which case you would be dead. But I rolled a 3, so you're not dead. So, in this circumstance, Aldor, you managed to reach Plague just in time, and you healed him.
Yes, they used whatever charges I had and lay on hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Which is 1.
So Plague, you wake up.
I gain 8 health and drop
Yep.
my card.
Yeah, Monster Reborn is banned from competitive play.
So
What do you want for a movie walk? Or something?
Shit.
Did you like the baked roll with Sam?
The Sonora, I think, right? What was it called? Just give me the Monoway. The Monoway is the Monoway is fine. So Plague, you wake up after taking this lethal damage from this really brutal orc that punched you more or less to death. And you wake up and the first thing you see is Aldor's elvish face as he's touching your body and healing your wounds.
Breathing air into your mouth.
You look around and you see that Kaz is still knocked out, but you see that his wounds are being tended to by other guardsmen.
Oh, I got knocked out?
Yeah, you got knocked out. Yeah.
Oh, is my HP 0 then?
Your HP is 0, yes, but you are stable. You're fine. You're knocked out though.
I kind of.
So wait, does that mean 1 HP or 0 HP?
0 HP as of right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you are stable, so you will not make any death saving throws.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. So you're knocked out, but yeah. So it's just right now it's just Plague, Ninja, and Aldor.
Well,
I crawl out
and a bunch of.
and I'm like, did we win?
I'll use lay on hand. So I use lay on hands to give Plague 1 hit point to revive him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make my way over and revive Kaz as well.
Okay.
Yay.
So Kaz, you wake up once more with Aldor touching you in appropriate places.
Inappropriate places or inappropriate?
In space, appropriate places.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And Ninja is just like playing with his dragon, like, "You okay? Are you okay? Yeah, everything's fine."
I look around to see if I can see a captain of the guard.
Make a charisma check.
Charisma. Oh, actually, +3.
But not good enough. Not good enough. So you're looking around for someone who seems to be the leader, and once more these guards have helmets on, because I don't want to describe their face or anything. But you do see a man without a helmet, and you walk over to him, and he's a elvish man, dark skin, red eyes, white hair, and yeah, you walk up to him.
Hey, who were those people that fled?
Those creatures. They've been raiding our town for years. Oh, no, not years. Months. Sorry, months. They come here every so often, just destroying our farmland and killing our skeleton slaves.
Skeleton slaves?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
you look around and you see a bunch of skeleton bones on the ground. Yes. Those were created by our religious group. We have some necromancers, and they've created our skeletons for us so that we don't have to do these hard labor to feed our township.
Impressive.
So ask him
back away and meet up with the rest of the party very slowly.
While this dialogue is occurring, can I try to pickpocket any dead guards?
make a sleight of hand check.
Alright. Sleight of hand. That'd be
plus your dex. Yeah.
Plus dex or plus like.
Oh yeah, plus 5, 5, 5. Yeah, 5. Okay.
Ooh.
So after waking up and like seeing that one of these guardsmen are distracted, you go to the other dead bodies that are near Kaz to kind of like portray that, hey, I'm worried about you guys, I'm just trying to and you reach inside and you pull a nice coin purse and you
Ooh.
tuck it away.
Jeez.
you have where is it? There it is. You have 20 gold pieces.
Hey, this coin purse looks familiar.
Wait, what? Yes.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk away, you rejoin the group.
Ugh.
All right.
I'm also eating right now. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, no problem.
Do
So
we have to be in an engagement for me to use a spell?
no, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Oh, can I cast that? Can I cast Healing Word on myself?
At this point, you could probably do cure wounds to heal you better.
Yeah, Cure Wounds would be better, actually.
Mhm. Actually, you're out of spells too.
Wait, you used all my spells? I had 3 slots left on my. Jesus
Okay.
Christ, what happened?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, fill me,
Plague?
fill me in
Okay.
on my stats right now. Too,
Okay.
so
Okay. So you're at 1 HP because Aldor healed you.
Yes,
Aldor
sir.
healed you. Yes. You have no spells. You used them all. Right. So first off, there's this orc. This orc in particular was really strong and like hurt you guys a lot. And then Plague was the first one to fall, and then you brought him back to life. And then he fell again, and you brought him back to life. And he fell again, and you're like,
Oh
"Fuck!"
God.
Yeah, and you're just trying to heal anyone that you can, and yeah, you
my
did the
God.
best you could, man. You did the best you could. And then when the orc realized that you were the one healing, he beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Yeah, so you have no spells on you, but everything else,
think
every,
he's
His
Go.
words, you stay dead.
yeah, everything else you're still everything else is still there, but you just have no more spells. So these guards that are around you, they're like, oh, thank you so much for helping us. Oh, we would have not known what would have happened without you guys. As last time we played, they kept missing and just missing everything.
They would have been annihilated.
Like we
I
had
think
numbers,
them-
but yeah, they just kept coming.
I thank them for their friend's contribution to Lord Zyzel's collection.
Some of them seem a bit like weirded out by it because once more Zyzel is not known to all, but the god of death is not necessarily a good thing, but they're like, yeah, okay, sure, thank you.
I just generally ignore him.
Yeah.
Too. Is there a captain we can talk to?
A captain. He's back behind the walls. He was the one planning everything. In case they broke inside, he was going to be their front line.
Of course. Do you mind if we meet with him?
Yes, by all means. He's a big man. He's a tiefling. Yeah.
Thank you. Could one of you possibly escort us? Give us some possible leeway so he will meet with us instead of ignoring us.
Persuasion check.
Persuasion. +3. They're too busy.
I don't see why not, really. Yeah. So yeah, I'll go with you. I'll tell the others, and yeah. So he walks to his group, and then he starts talking to the rest of the group and tells them that he's going to be leading you guys to the nearest to the captain.
Yes.
No, this was here last time.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was
Oh, I was AFK.
probably.
Damn it.
So you guys go back. He leads you back towards the ritual district. You guys do see a really large tiefling in plated armor. His helmet is off, and he's looking at this piece of paper that seems to be on a portable desk. And he looks up and sees you guys, and he says, "I presume that the fight was well fought."
It was. They had an overwhelming amount of strength, but they eventually fled.
Damn. We need to capture those monsters.
I tried capture with some of my ability, but to no avail. They broke free.
Yes, and the guard next to you says, "Yes, these commoners they came out and helped us without question. If anything, I'd ask that you reward them in some way, shape, or form."
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he looks at you guys, and then he puts his hand under his chin and starts stroking his chin as he stares, and he says, "I see that one of you is a man of Zyzel.
Hello, that's me.
I assume all the blood that has been spilt between my guards and those monsters are good enough for your lord. As for you three, because Ninja's with you guys."
You're awfully quiet today, Ninja. Is something wrong?
Like,
Just consulting his dragon.
I've
Scowls at you.
I've been sexually harassed by a dwarf.
My God.
She came into my mind, and I'm just trying to come to
Maybe you should go. Maybe you
Wait,
should
she
go back to
came
the
into
inn.
your mind?
Didn't feel good.
in more ways than one. Yes. So
In that
I'm
case, Ninja, maybe you should head back to the
I
inn.
I'm gonna stay here as of right now. I'm gonna listen in on this conversation in case I miss anything. Now,
Anyway, sorry to interrupt, Captain.
indeed, you, my good sir, points at Plague. I don't trust you.
I just run my fingers through my black hair and I'm like, I'm the most trustworthy person here.
Make a quick charisma check.
Alright, Chris.
It's zero. It's zero. So just roll d20.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, remember, you're a ladies' man, but you have no charisma for it.
It's true.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
you messed up.
/R.
Alright.
It wasn't a
Oh my
one.
God, that's weird.
I just like run my fingers through my hair and then I fall over.
No, like you start running your fingers
start
through
falling
you
out.
start running your fingers through your hair, and then you notice that there's a knot, and then your hand gets kind of stuck. You're like, oh, hold on. And then the tiefling says, "It shows." And then he looks towards Aldor and he says, "You seem to be a man of leadership, though I don't quite understand your religious beliefs, but I do not recognize your symbols. But I will give you this." And he reaches into his bag and pulls out a healing potion. "You may use it however you see fit. But since you guys were commoners and charged without question, next time you need to be a little bit more safe. So this is as much as I'm going to offer you."
Of course, sir. Thank you very much. I grabbed the healing potion from him.
Now, be on your way. We have to prepare for the next encounter in case they come back.
As we leave, I say something along the lines of, "I hope Zyzel receives your blood soon."
What?
And he just shoos you off. And then I need you guys to make a quick perception check as you guys are looking around.
Alrighty.
Okay, Aldor. Okay.
In like 2 weeks, I forgot like all of my stats.
Same.
Don't worry. That's what the character sheet is for, so you don't have to remember.
Exactly.
Hey, that's your path to.
Hey, that's pretty. Oh my God, Aldor! Jesus.
Okay, so while you guys are talking amongst one another, you guys see or Aldor and Kaz, you guys are looking around, and you guys see in the distance someone who is pushing through the crowd trying to get closer to you guys, and you hear, excuse me, coming through, let me please." And then You guys choose to stay, or you guys choose to walk away?
Run.
I reach into the crowd and I give out my hand to try to assist.
And then you
Oh,
feel
Wow, that seems completely out of character
Oh.
for something you would do.
For a woman?
no.
No.
Well, Plague,
I mean,
Plague.
you got a foot.
Plague. You don't see this. You don't see this. Only Aldor and Kaz sees it.
Yeah, like some old woman grabs your hand. Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Hey,
I'm like,
a woman is a woman.
So, okay, so since Plague is not paying attention, I'll nudge him and say, "Hey, looks like somebody's coming towards us."
and then I notice it's a woman, then I'm like,
Hey,
extend.
food.
Okay.
Just food.
So you reach your hand out and you feel someone grab your hand and you pull her through, and you see this orange-haired girl with red glasses. She's roughly around like 5'3".
5'3", okay.
Yeah, 5'3".
Tiny.
She's wearing this leather armor that seems to be almost like with like some metal plates on it, and
So, studded.
yeah, studded leather armor. And then she looks at you, and then she pulls her hand back, and she says, "How unpleasant."
Wait, she says what?
How unpleasant.
Do
Rip.
we know you?
And then she looks at you guys, and then she looks at you, Plague. And she says, "Who are you?"
My name is Plague. I am not from here, but I do good services for women who need them.
I do good services for women that need them.
Hmm.
Great.
And you wouldn't happen to have stolen anything recently, have you?
I hope your heart in a few minutes.
And
Oh my god.
she takes off her glasses and starts like wiping it as she's looking away. She's like, sure. And then she puts the glasses back on. She fixes it, and then she looks at the rest of you, and she's like, dude, are you guys together?
You seem to be coming towards us? Is
I
there
don't swing that way.
why?
No reason.
Insight, please.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of oblivious that she's hiding something, but yeah. Let's see how much you can retain. Damn, dude! Holy shit! Is that correct? Hold on, I want to run the numbers here. Where's the fuck? Okay. So just by looking at her, her small figure and everything, and how like she's gesturing towards Plague, she has something like she came for Plague, but now that she's seen Plague, she seems uneasy with Plague, but she still seems to be curious.
Do I know about the symbol?
What symbol?
The rookie symbol.
Yes, Kaz told you on his way out. Oh, the Thieves Guild.
So,
You would know about the symbol.
okay, I nudge Kaz and I'm like, hey, does this have something to do with that symbol? It looks like she's here for him.
Huh.
Well, I'm just gonna run, because first off, you guys were supposed to hold it up in the ritual district. You guys are in the ritual district, but no one held it up.
Okay, so we
that's-
went to sleep and then we got up and we were gonna do it, but then the whole commotion.
Yeah.
The guy
Yeah,
started.
So I'm just saying for Kaz, since you were on and off on this thing, you were supposed to hold it up, so you're supposed to hold it up. So this person is probably not your informant.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, no, that's what I kind of figured. Let's ask her what's going on. What you doing here? It's your affiliation. Why are you struggling through that crowd?
Something was pulling me here. First,
Like physically or
like here, and she starts like pulling your you have armor, right? Yeah. Right, you do have armor. Kaz, the one that's talking. Yes, you have scale mail. So she starts like tugging like like a piece of your armor just like towards her, and she's like, it feels like this, like someone is physically pulling me, but they're not there.
It seems as if we have a connection.
What? And she starts like wiping her glasses again, looking away.
Is she like blushing?
No,
Is she, like,
no, she's not
okay.
blushing right now.
I don't think she likes you, Zion.
Okay.
I find the closest seating spot within earshot and take a seat and watch.
Okay.
Give us back, Chris, you infernal machine.
So Chris goes over to the Zizal church, as there are benches outside, and you just sit down and watch. But right now it's just Kaz, Plague, Ninja, and this woman. And then the tiefling goes, "Can you please do this elsewhere? I'm trying to plan."
Guys,
and we're at like, wait, where are we? We're
You're the Z, and you're in the ritual district, and you're in the center of a courtyard.
Oh, this courtyard is for everyone.
Yes, it is. But as of right now, they're using it as a. Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay, you know
But
what,
as of
we're-
right now, we're using it as a strategic point. We need to be able to reach these outside walls as quickly as possible in case
right.
those hostile creatures come back.
They're right.
guys, why
We're
don't
just
we
gonna go this
converse
way
over
and we
here?
move over to.
We should take her back to our inn.
Okay.
Take
Well,
her back
no,
to the inn.
no, you guys slept in Zizal's church.
Oh yeah,
Oh
true.
god.
So you guys want to take her to the church?
Yeah.
Maybe out in front, yeah.
Okay. So you start walking towards the church, and you guys tell her to follow. I'm assuming, right?
Mhm.
And then
she's gonna.
yeah, and then she looks at the church, and then she's like, I don't really like this place.
Don't worry, we're not going in. We just needed a place to sit down.
All right.
I assure her that compared to other places, this church is one of the more safer ones
Mhm.
from views of my religion standards.
Okay, yeah, and then ninja's like, okay, you deal with this bimbo. I'm gonna go back to the inn.
Is Ninja here? Did he show up for like 30 seconds or something?
No, he's been listening the whole time. It's
Oh,
just
wow.
yeah. So that
Oh, okay.
so then she's like,
Weird.
as Ninja walks away, she's like, Bimbo, I'm not a.
I'd ignore her too. She gets moody. Rest.
All right. So you guys came from the outside walls, right?
You could say that.
And you guys were just in a fight.
Yes.
And then
I thought that was not our own. We chose to help out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Kaz, she pulls you aside, just like a little bit, whispers into your ear, and she says, "Who's the human? Like, is he a okay man?"
As
This up. Fuck this up.
I trust this man with my life. He saved me on many occasions.
Can I use perception to listen in?
Sure,
Or-
go for it.
For his friends, he's quite trustworthy. I can't
Oh, there it is.
really gauge how he does against new people, though.
So Aldor, all you hear is "who," and that's it, and it just. So that's what you say out loud, or is that what you tell her?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, her-
Like, do you
That's
say?
what I tell her.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell that to her, kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
Don't tell Plague about this one.
All right. So she stands up, or she stands up straight. She starts patting off like her clothing a bit, trying to like freshen up a bit, and then she takes a nice bow towards you, Plague. And she says, "My name is Mirai Kuriyama."
Spelling, please.
Yeah.
Future.
All right. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Do you have any? Why are you here? You you seek our aid?
And then she takes off the glasses once more. Something was pulling me towards you, sir. She's talking to Plague. And I'm quite curious about it.
What would you like to know?
Who are you and what are you doing here?
I've been
Isn't that's a good question?
It is. You know, I don't really trust her all that much either, but she's just so cute.
Jeez.
Can I make an insight to see if this is her true form?
Sure.
Mm.
You gotta get a pretty high roll since it's your first time meeting her, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it's still worth it.
Insight +1. All right. Okay.
Yeah, once more, it's your first time meeting her. It's your first time meeting her. You don't know how to judge her exactly, but if anything, she does seem to be more or less interested in you in one way or another.
Probably another.
I'd like to make an insight check to see if glasses are real, if they're actual glasses or just
Okay, go.
frames with glass in them.
Unless you roll a natural 1, go for it.
8.
Those are glasses, and she needs them. Definitely needs them, but yeah. So yeah, you don't really ascertain any more information about her.
Can I roll like a perception to kind of like notice if there's anything like about her clothing or if, like she's wearing
On
kind of amulets or something?
Okay.
yeah, so on her belt, there is a book. It seems to be some type of spell book or maybe a tome. Once more, she has orange hair, red glasses, brownish eyes, stands roughly about 5'3", and yeah, she seems pretty formal, if anything.
You said brownish eyes.
I think.
Wait, is she a human?
Not
Yes.
like the eye, not like everybody else's eyes that are
Yes.
in the veil.
Yes.
You're not from here, are you?
No, I am.
No, your eyes, they're different.
Well, you just gotta find the right person, I guess. Yeah, so it's like hazel. So it's almost yellowish.
But they're noticeably different from all the other beings
Yes.
around.
Yes. And she's like, no, this is the only place I've ever known. I mean, granted that this town wasn't necessarily here, maybe like 5 years ago.
What is your affiliation? I see that you're a student of the magical arts.
Well, what gave that away? And she's just kind of like trying to hide her book, and she's just looking at word.
Well, if we're going to be honest with you, you have to be honest with us. We have nothing to hide.
Oh, except for him.
I like how he's so like honest around women. A true women respecter.
I wonder what would happen if I gave you a feminazi.
Oh god.
Okay, so make a quick persuasion check.
Check.
Yeah.
Plus 0, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck my
Ouch.
I mean, like, I don't really know you guys, but you look very shady. I'm just being blunt. You look very shady and very unpleasant, but something is drawing me towards you, and I'm just curious. If you want, I could just maybe just stay around you. I don't know.
I ask her where she's come from to be drawn here. How far was she drawn, and where was she drawn from?
I came from the noble district, and then I heard that there was fighting outside, and I'm not gonna fight, but
Oh no.
After the all hearing all those clashing and people yelling, something just pulled me, and I just had to come see.
You said from the nobles.
Hmm.
So she's rich.
That wasn't needed, but exactly what position of nobility?
Oh, my family's just rich.
Just rich, okay. I was afraid we were going to go on another venture.
Perhaps we can talk this over dinner? We're quite famished, and I quite nearly died.
Hmm.
Several times, in fact.
I wouldn't want our connection to be ruined by my untimely death, so maybe this is a good opportunity for me to meet your parents.
And then she kind of like twiddles with her fingers that she's like not looking Plague in the eye, and she's like, "Do you want me to make you something?"
Yes, I would!
Okay, well then I'm gonna grab some ingredients and I'll be right back.
I guess we had to literally just wait here for her.
Plague,
Wait, are we
so-
still in the religious district? We're still standing in the
Yes.
same area, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna now take this time to just kind of hold up the amulet and wave it around a bit and see what happens.
Can I take a hit dice, by the way, to restore health?
Oh yeah.
How many hit dice do I have? Do I just
uh,
have all 3? Or...
Let's see, Plague. Yeah, you still have all 3 because you guys had a long rest before, so you could use all 3 if you wanted to.
Alright, and these are d6s?
8, D8.
Eights. Okay.
Okay, so
Wait, we had a long rest, so can I do the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
So once she's walked away, and once she's out of earshot, off.
Just 3 8 flat, right?
Wait. Yeah, 1d8 plus your charisma, constitution, so plus 3 for Plague, and plus 3 for Kaz as well if you guys want to do it.
1d8 plus 3?
Yeah, 1d8 plus 3.
Okay.
Okay. Messed up, Marco.
There we go.
Okay, so Kaz, you
That's
heal.
pretty good.
You heal 10 HP. If you want to use more, then you can. Otherwise, that you're at 11.
So once she's out of
That
earshot,
was good for me.
I'm listening.
I'll go ahead and nudge Plague and say, why don't you follow her? See where she goes.
Oh, he does have a sneaking skill.
I will covertly skulk in an attempt to find out where she is.
Okay, so make a stealth check.
Alright. Let's see.
Basically, I'm trying to get rid of Plague now.
Oh Jesus.
Ah!
Oh my god, he's grown to immense size.
Am I as large as the Terrask
25.
now?
Okay. So Z, right? You start following her. You start like hiding in the alleyways and like poking your head out every so often, and you see that she's like looking around and everything, and then you come through this intersection right here, and then you see that she travels back to the noble district, and you see that there are 2 guards in the way. Unless you want to try to climb over this 80-foot wall.
Would my guard uniform suffice in an attempt to
You could try, but it's gonna take you 15 minutes to put it on.
15 minutes to change clothes? Jeez.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of she goes in there, so I don't know what she's doing.
Mhm.
There's no other points of entry.
You don't know this town too often, but you can see. Like, I'll tell you right now. There's one here. There's one here. And there's one here. So there's 3 entrance to
Probably
this
all
district.
guarded. I'll just kind of wait outside in the shadows and wait for her to reappear.
Okay. So
So-
Aldor and Kaz. Kaz, you're holding up the symbol, right? And then you feel a tap on your shoulder as there's a bunch of people walking around. And then you see this hooded figure, and she's like, "So, you're the new recruit?"
I see the hooded figure and what?
She whispers to you, "So, you're the new recruit?"
Let me think here. I what's the best? I'm very bad with responses. Hang on. What was the name of the fucking of the lady who gave me the amulet?
Blake, you have it, I believe. I don't have it on me right now.
Okay, well I just say yeah, this amulet was given to me by whatever her name was.
Not necessarily him being the recruit, though.
Right. I'm kind of calling for a friend.
So wait, Aldor, you're with him?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. So you're waiting for a friend.
Well, actually, my friend just wandered off as I was about to use this thing. So
Well, granted that I'm now in a awkward position, I'll just take my leave.
whoa.
No. If you, regardless of what the what your request might be, I'm sure he'll want to bring us with him regardless.
I don't like this, but it's an initiation task. Everyone must go through this in order to become part of the Thieves Guild.
Initiation, huh? What kind of task is it? If I may ask, what is?
You must sneak into the guard barracks and steal 5 pairs of pants.
I can tell you're improvising this, my dude. Is this
Okay.
is this
We
an assignment
will
for
pass
one
on the we'll pass on the message and perform as we see fit.
And Kaz, what were you gonna say?
I was just asking if this was a task for one person or multiple.
You shouldn't have said that. You should have just been like, okay, and then we just all do it.
That's all I'm gonna tell you. And then she leaves.
Okay, well that was pretty lame. I guess.
Is my orcish friend here?
Yes, he's looking around for you.
I will go and approach him.
I was like, oh, there you are. Here. And he starts reaching into his bag and he pulls out a golden. It looks like a really like rusty golden nugget, but like the centerpiece has been polished and fined out to be very smooth. And you see the Knook and Cranny emblem, almost in perfect condition, but it is missing some rough edges.
So dirty gold KNC emblem or symbol. Okay. This is marvelous. I'm surprised you could do this much work.
I was working on it all night. I had no sleep.
Oh my god.
Oh, well.
Really, yeah. Really
Before you get some rest, my armor.
Oh, yes. Sorry, my voice was kind of weird from waking up early. And do you have the necessary materials?
Yes, here. Go ahead and hand the materials.
All right. Follow me to my shop, and then you.
Of course.
Kaz, what are you doing at this point?
I'd like to go get my new boot.
Okay, so okay, so everyone's going shopping, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Women counts for plague, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes.
I mean
And now Marco is a Trask.
I'm a what?
That's her ass, because you're like, boom, Marco, bitches.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
the noble district is connected to the red light district, is it not?
Yes, but there's a fork, there's a branch.
Duh.
Yeah. So give me a moment. Okay. So, Kaz. You walk towards the goblins. Once more you have to go through the red light district. So make a perception. Oh no! Wait! Before you make it. Cause no, you're good. You see these women once more trying to caress you and try to siphon some of your gold, but you're just like, I said back.
I am Thought Patrol.
Yeah, thought patrol. I like that. I like that a lot.
Raindrop. Thought shot.
Anyways,
Say thought.
Yeah. So you make it back to the market district, and you go to the goblins. We fix your stuff. You go inside and you see that once more these goblins are still throwing shit around, but once more everything looks like it's working as intended, right? Like the guy throws a hammer at the wall though, and it sticks to the wall, and then a goblin picks that hammer and starts smashing things, and it's just chaotic in here, but everything seems to be working. You see this goblin with a beard once more coming up to you with a boot that almost resembles the one that you have, but you can tell that it's knitted wrong a bit, but like it seems really, really sturdy, and he's like, "We fix your stuff!"
Hey! In Gondlin, I go up and I kindly thank him for his work as I examine the boot and tell him what a nice job he did, and I bear the resemblance to the current boot that I have.
Yeah, and then like he's kind of like, "Ooh, stop! We fix your stuff. We do good. Yes, you come back."
I let him know if I'm in need of another boot, I will be back to acquire his services.
And then he turns on and he says, everyone, come here. And everyone just like, they just kind of like drop their stuff and they look at them, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and walks over. And then they all start like putting their hands up in the air, start prancing around. They're like, "No bowmen. they seem to be dancing and celebrating your arrival.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You gonna do anything else, or you just gonna take it and go?
Let's see here. I will, at his courtesy, I will tip the man an extra gold piece.
Ah, thank you. And then they start dancing even more, and then they say, "Noble birdman."
At that point, I take my leave and walk out of the store as I put on my new boot.
Okay, good. And it's
Gotta break this
it's
baby in.
yeah, it's quite comfortable, but yeah, once more it's still pretty hard because yeah, it's new. But yeah, it seems to be like a perfect fit almost. Like it's a bit larger than you remembered, but yeah, you're still gonna break it into it. But yeah, it's good for now. You could tie it and everything. It's functional.
it's a boot.
It's a boot. How's the boot? Okay, all right. So Plague, you're waiting outside in the shadows, just minding your own business, waiting for her to come back out. And she does. She comes back out, and she has a basket full of what seems to be vegetables. And then she starts running down the red light district.
The red light district?
Mm-hmm.
If I might intervene really quick,
Mm-hmm.
because the force is tugging her towards him,
Mm-hmm.
not towards the religious district.
Mm-hmm.
So would she be able to tell that he's behind her now?
You wouldn't know that.
Okay.
So she starts running down,
Mm-hmm.
and you
I'll
follow.
I'll attempt to follow, yes.
Okay.
In a stealthy fashion.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're just gonna use your same stealth
Okay.
because you never broke out of it. But yeah, you start following, and because of how stealthy you are, you decide not to take the alley, not to take the main road where you seem to be getting pickpocketed, but you start like you climb up on top of a roof, and then you just start like roof hopping. And then she makes a stop as she seems to be talking to some of these women, and then she seems to be like pushing them away, like no, I'm not, I don't want anything. Yeah. Okay, like no, I don't want anything. Like da 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 da. These are mine. And she seems to be talking, just like trying to push them away. And then
Is she in like trouble, or like does she have her stuff down?
She is being surrounded by like 2 or 3 women who are like trying to get close to her, but she's kind of like pushing them away, and she's like, "No, stop, please, stop." It's your call if you want to intervene or not.
I break the stealth and I attempt to intervene.
Okay.
And I say she says she doesn't want anything, so leave her be.
So they're like, "Oh, you brought a man with you. How pleasant!" And they start touching on you.
I try to back away and I say any movement towards me will be taken as an act of aggression.
Yeah, so like you can see that their hands kind of like try to like go around your waist, but then you just smack them out of the way, and then like you grab Mirai's hand and you start backing off. You pull out your short sword and you say that, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, fine, we'll leave you alone. God, you're already," and they just kind of scatter. And then she's like, "Oh, thank you. I didn't need your help."
Well, nonetheless, I wanted to try to be kind, and perhaps they would have taken some of your stuff. It would have been bad for all of us.
And then she's like, "Wait," and then she starts like feeling like her pockets and everything, and she's like, "Okay, I still have everything." And then she walks you through the next wall where there are 2 guards, and the guards, when they look at her, they just take like a slight nod as she walks by, and then she walks into the market district, and she's like, "Well, I was planning on making some type of like vegetable meats like stir fry thing, but our meat selection isn't too great, and I hope you guys like it."
At this point, I would eat dirt.
How unpleasant. Oh, are you just gonna be following me, or?
If you don't need my protection anymore, I'll go back to the church area.
Well, no, you can stay. Now that we're alone, I could probably ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
She's saying these in between like shopkeepers as she is looking for ingredients. And she's like, so you're not from here, if I'm correct, right?
No, I am originally from
Ky-Rimus. Thank you.
I'm originally from Ky-Rimus. I've been spirited away, if you will, by my late master. Who will pay for his crimes eventually one day. But as of right now, I'm with a new group of people, and at this point, we're just trying to make it.
I've never heard of this Rimus, but this master you speak of, is he and she kind of like puts her arms to the side, like a big man?
Is he a big man?
Yes, he's quite fat.
Why do you think he had a floating chair?
He studied in the arcane arts just as yourself.
Yes, and he could do stuff like this, right? And then she starts like lifting the basket with what seems to be magic.
That's amazing. Yes, he can do things like that.
Yes,
but of greater magnitude.
I remember I've had dreams about him. He seemed like such a nice man. The way he was teaching you how to. Well, I don't know if it was actually you, but he was teaching me how to be like sneaky, how to hide under blankets, and showing me all his cool magics. But I've never met the man, and he sounds like a very gentle person.
This man is a very loathsome man. He's betrayed everyone who's been close to him, and he only seeks for self-interest.
Ooh. I guess my dreams were wrong.
He did treat me right when I was growing up, but when I became who I am today, we had our differences and we had a falling out.
Ooh.
And now we're at odds.
I'm quite sorry about that. Do you plan to make amends with him?
No.
I'm starting to get a read on you. Well, well, if you ever need help to ever rid this man of this world, you can always ask me.
Oh my god, you'd be willing to help me execute my former master out of pure vanity?
And then she starts like rubbing her glasses once more. And she's like, "It's not just because like you have to."
I appreciate your offer, but this is a dangerous path I take.
Well, any path can be dangerous. Just depends on your perspective.
Interesting.
You mean from a certain point of view?
Yeah, from your perspective. From a perspective. From a perspective. And then at this point, she has gathered all the necessary materials.
Okay, I'm back.
So yeah, at this point, she's gathered all the necessary materials, and then she takes out a piece of note, and she seems to be drawing some type of symbol, and then she hands it to you, and then she says, whenever you're ready, or maybe in about like an hour or so, the food will be ready. Just place this on the ground, tap on it twice, and my magic should work.
I see. Thank
Wait, what's
you.
going on?
They were shopping.
Oh.
You can make a perception check, Kaz, if you like.
Okay.
Noble birdman,
Wait,
noble
Kaz
birdman.
or me?
Kaz.
Okay.
Yeah, you have advantage, Kaz. Don't forget. So you roll it twice.
Oh my god.
Oh, because we're in the area. Okay.
Yeah. 13, 16. Yep. Okay. So you're looking around and you see Plague and this Mirai talking to each other, and they seem to be smiling. They're alone. They're not with Aldor. So if you want to do anything, here's your chance. That's all I'm saying.
No, I think I'll just lay back and watch.
Okay. Is that her again? I heard yelling. I don't know if that was.
Rezi, can you not yell so loud?
Okay. So she hands you the piece of paper, and then she just kind of like takes like a little tiny bow, and then she walks away.
Alright. And then I will walk the other way. Can I make an insight check to see the nature of this symbol?
Yeah.
Arcane.
It's Arcana, yeah.
Arcana? Okay.
Mhm.
So that's 0 for me.
No, wait, Plague? No, it's +1. You have +1 intelligence. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Wait. Fancy drawing.
It's pretty nice, well written too, but you don't understand what's written on it.
I see. Alright. I'll attempt to take my walk back to where Aldor is. at the
Okay.
church.
And Kaz, you see Plague, right? You're gonna follow him, or
Yeah, I'm
are you
gonna
just gonna meet up, or are you gonna follow him?
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
I'll keep my hand on my short sword, or my dagger, actually,
As you walk through the red light.
as I walk through the red light.
Okay. No.
I thought you liked women.
I did,
Not when they're trying to steal your
I
shit.
did.
when they're hollow and just want my stuff. then it's a different story.
That's why you pay for it.
Yeah. So you guys walk through it, no problem, and like they just you guys just shoot him off. You guys say you guys are the same character. Yeah. But Aldor, at this point, you get to his shop. His shop is located on the outer walls. And he's like, here, I'll give you some of my clothing so that you have some sort of protection. And then he starts reaching into a chest and just pulls out like this small tiny chainmail.
Oh, thank you.
And he's like, just in case something happens, I don't want you to die before I complete this.
I understand. So yeah, I'll
Yes.
doff and don.
So just for reference, this tiny chainmail only gives you base 10, so it's just average, but you have a 13 armor class at the moment.
Okay.
So he takes your chainmail and then like he starts smelting the iron that you gave him into like tiny little rings to like reform on the chainmails and everything. And then he just starts hammering and he says, So what brings you to this town?
Well, I'm actually trying to find a way to get home.
Home, you say?
Yes, I was transported through this tree. There was black swirling mist coming out of it, and for the sake of me, I couldn't tell you why I thought it was a good idea to reach my hand into it now.
Yes. You know, I've seen some of this black magic you speak of.
You have?
Some come from the noble district. Sometimes these creatures come out of and start walking down the treacherous path that I presume you came across.
We came up that path.
Yes, I don't know who these black creatures are, but they seem to be quite monstrous and they give off this aroma of danger.
Well, I tried to go back through the tree, but was unable to. But I was hoping somewhere there would be some sort of nexus, a hub, some sort of portal that could possibly bring me back.
I don't know of such a place. I've been here for several years, and I've only known this place. I never really actually heard of otherworldly beings until this man came and built this town here.
Tell me, does he still live?
Yes, he is the chief, the king even of this town.
I see. Are there any other towns beyond these walls?
I know of another island where rare materials come from. I know there are ships that go from town or island to island trading goods, but I don't necessarily know if there's a town on this other island.
Oh, I see. That's about it for my information gathering.
Okay. So, this will be done in an hour's time. Hopefully, I can make amends to what I've done before.
What did he do before?
I used to be a fighter like yourself, and I've killed several people. For my own well-being, for the sake of fighting even. Which is why I decided to join this church. I was too blood-raged.
But, alas, we do what we must to survive in the end.
But in the end, is it all worth it?
Never is.
Jeez.
But at least we enjoy what we do while we do it.
Alright. So, unless you have anything else to say, I'm just gonna...
No, that's about it.
So, are you gonna take your leave? You do have this makeshift armor until he's done.
I'll stay here and catch a couple Z's.
Okay. So, Plague and Kaz, are you guys alive?
Yes.
I'm alive.
Okay. So you guys walk back to the ritual district. You guys don't see Aldor anywhere. So, what's the plan?
The little wooden wooden talisman and inform him of the task the lady gave him.
Yep. So Plague, you are tasked to go to the guard barracks and steal pants. 5 pairs of pants.
I see. Are there any vendors in the religion district? or
No,
anything?
no, there isn't. You see a lot of preachers, if anything.
I see. Or a tower and steal pants. That can wait until anything like that can wait until after dinner.
Okay, so
After dinner, you say?
Oh yes. I turned to Kaz. I'm like I followed that girl and I saved her. I saved her life at the red light district. And she went to go get ingredients to make us dinner. And she gave me this incantation. It's this symbol, if you will. I'm not sure exactly the nature of it, but if I place it down and tap on it twice, she will appear.
We think.
I
We
make
think.
a small comment, laughing about how she's already making him dinner.
Yeah! See, Kaz, everything works out if you just live long enough.
Wasn't I just saying the same thing?
so you guys gonna do anything else, or just chillax for an hour?
I'll
Or
just
so.
relax for an
I'll
hour.
take another hit die.
Okay.
What's here?
Can I do that too?
Oh, okay. Yeah, by all means.
So, any rest period, we can do that, really?
Whenever there's an hour wait time, you can do it.
Okay, so it's at like 1d4?
1d8.
1d8.
Yes.
Plus 9. Oh,
I
wait,
get D10s.
what was it?
No one cares, Chris.
So, 1d8 plus anything?
3.
Fun.
Slash. Yeah, slash R. So Plague, I have you at 16. Is that correct? 16 HP total.
4. That'll bring me up
let's see.
to
So
15.
so with Leron hands, I was at 1, and then I rolled a 7. That's 8, and then plus what I just rolled.
Yeah. So So 8, 7. So 15 plus 1 is 16. Yes. Okay. Kaz, you may re-roll ones. Only once though.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, I'll take that instead.
Yeah. I'm a generous DM.
Oh, thank you.
Aw.
So, you guys rest up. You guys rest up a bit. Aldor, you get the armor back, and
Yes.
and he says, "If you ever return to this other world, do you mind if I come with you? I need to.
If we find
go.
a way to if we find a way to return,
I'll be looking on my side. Do I have any way of contacting you?"
unfortunately, no. But
Well,
you must have your old gear tucked away somewhere in a locked chest, by chance.
I do not wish to raise my arms against another creature ever again.
I understand. If we find a way to return, I will see to it that I try to come back to take you with us. It might be a treacherous journey on the way back, though.
But in the end, it'll be worth it. You know where my workshop is. You know where my workshop is. You know who I am.
Of course. Stay in good health, my friend, as I reach my hand out to shake his.
And he shakes your hand and he says, "And may Guo Liam watch over you." This-
And that's the creation god?
Yep.
Oh my god. Guoliman.
Guo Liam. The N is silence.
Liam.
The N is silent.
Liam? Lima.
It's
we got it.
okay. You gotta make a religion check for that one. Yeah. So you walk back to the religious district, I'm assuming, and then you guys meet up together.
Yes.
Okay.
Assuming they haven't left for dinner yet.
So Kaz and Plague, you see Aldor and he meets up with you guys.
With some fancy fixed mail.
Yes, it gives
Whoa,
You're-
looking pretty fancy there, buddy.
your AC should be 16, not 17. Or wait, originally
I have 19 AC,
19. Okay, so it'll be 18.
so it's 18.
18.
Why 18?
It's not perfection.
So I only have -1 to my
Yes, yes.
mother scratcher.
Yeah. He told you. He told you that. He
Alright.
wouldn't do necessarily a good job, but it should be good enough.
Alright.
Okay, so yep, you guys meet up together.
One needs AC, needs
Now, guys,
more work.
What would we like to eat? What would we like to settle down to eat?
Talisman.
Talisman? Wait, what? Oh, oh, you're talking about the fucking
Scroll.
Yes.
that I got from these. Okay.
Well,
What about it?
you gonna use it?
We already got our mission. We have to steal pants.
So, let me understand this. In the short time I've known you, Plague, you're worried about a
Female human.
request
Oh no, he's turning into a robot.
from your friends rather than shit. You're worried from your friends than the girl you've just met and are invited to dine with.
Well, it's more like she's invited to dine with us. She's just bringing the food. This can be done anywhere. Oh yeah. Okay. So I haven't told Aldor,
Mhm.
but so I followed her to the red light district, and I saved her life from some thoughts. And she
Save for thoughts.
Don't.
Yes, I might have left that part out when I was telling you, Kaz. But there were dire perils, and I saved her. We were going through the market district. She gave me.
What are these thoughts?
They are bad women that would like to take advantage of you and search.
You mean the prostitutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we talked for a little bit. She gave me this symbol or incantation, if you will, perhaps. If I place it on the ground and tap on it twice, she will appear with our dinner.
I would like to make an Arcana check
Okay.
to determine what it does exactly.
Okay, go for it.
My Arcana +0.
What a pleb.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Looking at the symbols and everything, you can understand that yeah, this is a teleportation scroll, but you cannot justify which way it goes.
You know,
Okay, that's fine.
so how do we know if it doesn't take us to her or her to us?
That's a very interesting thought.
Just
What
so
we
we
should
say
do-
thought.
Yes, I did. He is a very interesting thought.
That's a
But-
very so. What he's saying is that's a very interesting prostitute.
So what we'll do in this case is one of us will take the incantation and take it not too far away. We'll still be able to see each other, and then they will activate it.
So I believe that one should be you, Plague.
Since it
So-
is your friend since she is the one drawn to you,
Yes, I understand your guys' worries, but
what
at the same time, we should make this fair. All pull
DM?
straws.
Mhm.
So
What die do I roll to make him into peer pressure?
It'll be intimidation versus charisma.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I nudge Kaz and get him to assist me on this one.
Oh
Can we do
yeah.
this one?
So I roll.
Wait,
What do I roll? Intimidation.
What? Okay, hold on, guys.
Oh my god.
I think so. Sam would know which one I ordered.
Is this what you were hoping for? Because they didn't label any of them.
Sam, which one's mine?
I think it's that one. I feel like it's that one.
I'll just take this one.
Okay.
That didn't sound like Sam. Who else is there?
I am a potato.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're having a house party and I'm playing D&D.
Okay.
Fun, you know.
And now I
Priorities, my dude.
have food in front of me now, so I will be
rolled a
eating.
6 to Chris's
To
9.
contest.
So you're peer pressuring him to do what?
For him to use his own idea to use the scroll.
Okay. So yeah. So Aldor looks at you and says, "No, this is your girl. You're doing it." And you're like, and he-
Come on. It's only one.
It is only one.
Oh god.
I like this girl. I think I'm willing to summon her to me, even if it does risk me going to her, whatever that may mean.
Okay, cool.
Don't tell me you're such a ladies' man and getting nervous.
You know what? You know what? You're right. This is my plight. I must go through this on my own.
All right. Right here
Has it been
will
at
work.
least an hour? Has it been at least an hour since
yeah. At this point, it's been like an hour and a half.
Okay. So I slam the incantation on the ground, right in front of everyone, and I tap it twice, very fast.
In the center of the district too.
Wait, right in front of everyone? Wasn't he supposed to walk a little?
No, it's no. So as far as I can tell, Plague is doing this out of more or less pride at this point, and just wants to get it over with. So
Right in the middle of
We
the
peer
district.
pressured him that
in front of
much.
everyone.
okay,
He
so
rolled-
Plague
He rolled 19 to my 6.
Plague slams the scroll on the ground, opens up, slams on it, and it stands up, and then 1, 2, and then it starts to light. Whoosh. The incantation starts to glow this white, and then this white slowly gets covered in red, and then blood starts seeping out of the scroll.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And then this human silhouette starts appearing underneath the coming from the scroll, coming upwards, covered and drenched in blood. This human figurine just appears, and after all the blood subsides and comes off her face, you see Mirai with a basket full of what seems to be prepped food.
By
Well,
God,
then.
woman, are you okay?
Jesus Christ, yeah, that was a little bit dramatic.
and she's like, I was waiting for when you were doing it. I almost forgot. I forgot the utensils.
Was that blood part of the summoning magic, or were you doing something before I summoned you?
I was gathering all the necessary materials to feed you guys, but I still managed to forget the forks and spoons.
Well, why don't we just go back to the inn I'm staying at?
Right.
I'm sure they'll be more than happy to lend us some utensils as long as we buy a drink or two.
Okay, hold on. Hey, can one of you guys give me a fork?
Yeah.
Hey, dude. Dude.
I get you, man.
Dude. Thank you.
Oh,
Alright, so you guys gonna go back into the church and eat it there?
Nah, I said the inn.
in the end, yeah.
Oh, so you're going to travel through the red light district again.
Unfortunately, we have to, yes.
Okay.
Back and forth.
Damn this accursed place.
I love you guys too. Okay, this time you guys need to roll for it.
Damn it.
What do we roll?
Perception.
Perception.
What kind of sandwich you eating?
I'm eating
Roll perception for that.
some sushi.
Ooh.
With a fork.
Cause I don't want to dirty my keyboard.
Hey, little
And
man.
you're the
Look at that.
Asian.
A thought patrol putting in work.
Alright. So these women are getting around you guys once more. And then they see Kaz. And they're like, you know what? Fuck it. This crazy guy, man. Fuck him. And you guys make it back to the inn. You guys go into the Iron Maiden, and you guys go inside. You guys sit down, and she prepares the food in front of you guys. And what you guys see in front of you is some various forms of meat that seems to be simmered. Touching it, they're really soft, and the aroma smells of some type of mixture of spices that just seems to be enticing each and every one of you. Around the meat, you see a bunch of vegetables properly assigned to be more or less almost like a rainbow, but it's you see white, you see green, you see some yellow, but that's pretty much it.
It's really off color.
Yeah, it's really off color, but it's vegetables. And once more, you guys have no forks or spoons.
So, is there a wench nearby?
You call one over.
I want to look first.
Looking around, you see everyone looking at you.
Oh.
If anything, they seem to be eyeballing the food.
Wench, can we get some utensils to go with our drinks?
Oh, fucking rip.
Be right there.
Nailed it.
While she's calling out to while he's calling out to the wench, I would like to inspect the food for its quality.
Okay. Roll a. Let me see. What kind of roll would this be?
I don't have that.
No, this will be investigation. This will be investigation. Roll investigation.
Oh, no. Just a heads up. I don't have purified food and drink active.
Okay. So, looking at this food, holy fuck! This is amazing!
Nice.
I say thank you for this. This looks delicious.
I worked my best on it, trying to make a good first impression.
Well, please sit down and dine with us.
Zion's falling in love
I
over
feel
here.
bad to take the first bite. It's the chef that should eat first.
No,
Marvel
but
at your creation.
no, but you need to try it first in case I need to add a little bit more or a little bit less or take something out.
Take something out of the food.
What?
You know, she just so.
Fuck it.
So at this point, though, the wench comes over, gives you guys some forks and spoons, and then she looks at you, Aldor, and she says, "If you want a drink, gotta pay for it.
How much will gold get me here? Get us here?
Not much. We prefer favors, or if you want, you could go to the barkeep and make a deal with him."
What?
I'm curious, so
Yeah,
I'll
me too.
stand up and go talk with the barkeep.
Okay, so you go to the barkeep, and he's a minotaur creature.
Oh God, please no.
No, not again.
Don't forget.
Stop the Minotaur.
And he looks at you, and he's like, "How may I help you?
Around the drinks for my friends and I.
And how do you plan to pay for these drinks?"
Oh, as I pat myself down and look for my coin purse and I
No.
pretend I don't.
We
No,
don't
no.
accept coin here, only for when you're resting. But if you want our food, our water, you need to pay by other means.
We weren't looking for water. We were looking for alcohol.
That'll cost you even more.
Shit. And what's your mean?
Depends what kind of alcohol are you looking for. You want something
Just
off the shelf? Something very nice and nasty and makes you forget about today? Or would you prefer something probably where my feet are?
On second thought, never. I
You're-
mean, no offense, but Even if I were to pay in other means, I still don't think I could afford it.
I'm doing a thing.
If you want something on the floor, all you have to do is do some hard labor around my shop. If you want something off the shelf, we have to make a contract.
Ooh.
Seems very steep for some drinks.
They're good though.
They're good though.
They're good.
As I look back towards Kaz over my shoulder, and
Oh yeah, Kaz is with you. Yeah.
I know not Kaz. I look back towards Plague.
Plague, are you eating at this point? You have forks and spoons.
Yes, I will be the first to eat.
Okay, so you start eating it, and at first the juice that spills out of the meat is very, very tasty. But something is wrong. Something is wrong, and you start feeling this bitter taste. And you look at the meat once more, and the top side is cooked near perfectly, but the bottom is burnt.
I look at her and I say, "This is probably the best meat I've eaten ever."
So
You're such a
Send
woman respecter, my dude.
One, I'd like to make a quick insight check to judge the food before I go back to my conversation.
But so Aldor, you look back and you see Plague almost tearing up as he's eating.
My friend over there has recently made some connections with the underground locals. Perhaps on his run over to the guard barracks, we could get you something while we're there.
All for some alcohol, dude.
Yeah, that's Zuckerberg.
Interesting. Come back to me in a minute or two. I'll write up a contract if you are willing to sign it.
Alright.
In the meantime, here's some boom, and he puts like a whole jug, complimentary water.
Why, thank you, and I'll take the jug back to the table with me.
Okay. So go ahead and make a investigation check for the food before you eat it.
The instant he gets back, I just start guzzling some water.
Go.
So I came back with the water.
4.
Yep. Looks fine to me. If Plague loved it, it must be good.
He was tearing up, though.
But he was smiling. Kaz, what are you doing? You did walk with Chris to the Minotaur. You heard all the conversation.
I just think that's a bad idea, but I'll put my 2 cents about that when we actually begin our mission into the guild, or yeah, to the little guild place. But I sit down and I start munching on some food because I probably haven't eaten in a while. Probably need to eat and guzzle some water.
Yep. And you guys are just
I also take this time. I also take this time to refill my canteen with the water they've given us.
all right. So you guys are eating. You guys gain
We actually gain?
2 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
So on
Wow.
temporary hit points, that's 2. So think of it like
It's a shield.
yeah, think of like
It's armor.
Symmetra shield or armor, yeah, and Hearthstone.
Alright.
This goes first and then your main HP.
Anyways.
And then Mirai is like, "Well, I'm glad you guys like my cooking."
Jesus Christ.
So do you guys have any plans for the rest of the day, or are you guys just gonna keep eating my food?
I was going to keep eating your food. It's delicious.
I'm talking about for the rest of the day. I can't keep making you food.
Of course you can. Okay, but in all seriousness,
That's his zero charisma. That's his zero charisma working at his finest.
you say you've had dreams of my former master. I find that kind of somewhat unsettling.
Well, yeah, I'm quite curious about it too. I mean, I've never met the man before, but You know, these dreams could be just a coincidence once more. I saw him as a nice man who was helping me in my dreams. But you say that he's this more or less monster. But we could be talking about two different people here.
Possibly.
Say, how long ago did these dreams start?
I've had them for as long as I can remember. Here and there, just 1 minute I'm stealing some gold from this peasant. Another minute I'm talking to him and he's giving me pointers about what I did wrong and how I can improve. But yeah, they vary. They don't happen too often, but if out of all the dreams that I've had, those are the ones I can remember thoroughly.
Well, if you're a student of the arcane, then perhaps you're more understanding that if we came from a different world, would it be possible that time could also be altered on this plane?
Like Inception.
It is a possibility. If anything, I could be having just random dreams of meeting this man on different, maybe even different worlds. But it's too much to go into. It's a lot of head work.
But time being a factor in the difference between the, yeah, you know what I'm trying to get at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a possibility, but it's all up in the air at this point.
I see.
Until we can find some fine information about what's going on, then yes.
Anyways,
You would like to assist us in finding Gilmore?
Is that his name?
It is his name, yes.
Yes. I would love to meet him.
the return of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Whatever.
Your assistance would be appreciated, but us finding him may not be a meeting. I have no love for this man. It's no secret. This man will die when I next meet him. And that's the bottom line.
You wouldn't necessarily give me a chance to speak to him if you see him, correct?
This man will take if you give him an inch, he will take the mile. He will use your good faith against you. There's no conversing with this man, which isn't on his own terms.
All right. I'm sure I can trust you with this. All right. I will help you find him. But you must promise me that you will tell me everything you've ever done with him. Every detail at all. I want to know this man before he dies.
I will promise you. And then I.
Oh
and
my
then
God, she's
I hold up,
Gilmore's bastard child.
I hold up my right pinky, and I say, "I will pinky swear."
And then she tilts her head, like looks away, and she's just like, "How unpleasant." And then she holds up the pinky and wraps it around yours. At this point, Aldor, you see the Minotaur gesturing towards you.
Say, Plague, care to do some extra work while you're in the guard barracks tonight?
Hell no.
Too bad. That's how we got these drinks.
That's how we got.
No, you got complimentary water. The drinks. Okay. So you go back to the bartender.
I go back to the bartender.
Okay, the bartender pulls out a piece of paper, and written on it says, "I am blank, and I accept this task at hand." And then at the bottom there's a signature, and in between it pretty much tells you that since you're going towards the guard district, that you will not only like mess with the guards, but you need to like get in their heads and like more or less scare them almost to death. Almost to death.
Almost. If
For
only we had
drinks.
ninja.
Chris, for drinks.
And he says, if you sign here, you accept my request. And I will give you the alcohol off the shelf right now. If you fail to do this request, and he points at another part of the paper, you owe me everything you have.
How long do we plan on staying in this city?
Not for very long. Not for long enough to justify doing a high stakes gamble for some drinks. Now, see, sneaking in and getting some pants, that's one thing. But he wants us to assault the guards pretty much for some drinks. It ain't worth it.
Hey, you're doing it for the lady too. Imagine what she'll give you if she learns about this.
She'll give me fucking hell.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Do what you see fit.
I tried to bring Plague over. I wave him over as well.
So you bring Plague over?
Come on, Plague.
Oh, but I'm enjoying this delicious food. Look at it. You must
here.
have too. Okay.
Don't you want to have some fun?
I tell Mirai I'll be right back.
And she's like, okay. And then she just continues eating.
Okay.
So, look over this, Plague. Hey, have him look over the contract.
Yeah. You know the contract. I've been saying it out loud. Unless you want me to reiterate what has been said.
So, I've been thinking, and I don't know why. But who exactly did you meet with down in the sewers that kicked your ass so nicely?
I look to Chris, and then I look to the Tauren or the Minotaur or whatever,
He just
and I'm like, and I'm like, what do you have to gain by this?
Well,
That's-
if we don't get home, and this is all a hypothetical if, what are we gonna do? You want to gain some reputation at least, right? So that way you can stay here.
Reputation in this.
In
Okay,
this
sure.
city. It's large enough. I'm sure you will find a way of living. Consider this a booster, a large jump in gaining that reputation. I mean, you're already being initiated into this, so why not do a little more? Go beyond the boundary.
The guards will remember us, and we will be wanted.
Well,
then the Minotaur stops you guys. You never let me answer his question. I understand that you guys are friends or allies amongst one another, but the main reason why I want you to do this is because there are people in this town who hates this king. I want to scare the guards, just for the sake of scaring them, some way of me punching them in the face without actually getting in trouble. Now, I don't want you to kill these men, because if anything...
That would just be putting a bounty on their head right there.
Yes. If anything, I was hoping maybe by doing this action, you may help some of us who want the king to be dead. But if not, then you have done me a fair deal and gained no hatred from this town whatsoever.
Okay,
I want to talk to the king. I want to know why he's so hated. I want to.
Well, we can't go up to the king directly, so we'll have to ask around.
We have a noble with us.
But she said she was just rich. That's it. Like I said, that's more information that we have to go on a different adventure, not this right now. So I tell them, hey, so as a part of his initiation, they wanted him to steal pants. Well, 5 pairs. What if we tried to take as many as we can?
Are you striking fear into their hearts?
They'll be absolutely confused if they found out they were stolen.
Contract states it has to be fear.
Has to be fear.
If we give them to you, you could use them as like a makeshift disguise. You could go into their ranks. You could do.
No, that's
Once more,
not
I
how
don't.
it's work exactly.
Once more, I don't plan to raise any bloodshed into this town. That's for the more shady people like yourself. Or the larger corporations, these rebellious people, that they seek blood. I just seek a small prank of fear.
Do we want to do this? Do we want to do this for some drinks? We actually just have nothing to gain. Like that's the way I'm looking at it. Like these drinks are short term. Like,
You have quite a bit of reputation for accomplishing. You'll have quite a bit of rep if you accomplish this.
there are so many other things we can do that would just put more reputation, better reputation on them.
Not only reputation, have the people's hearts.
Some of the people.
Some of the people.
I call over Kaz.
Oh no!
And I'm like, Birdman, can't you see? I need your help with this contract. Hey.
Make a performance check very quick.
Like,
Yeah, just very quick. Just very quick.
okay.
I want to see how well you do that.
Alright. Oh my god.
He does it exactly as said. That's exactly how he said it. There's no flash about it or anything. Are you alive, Kaz?
Kaz, you missed my performance.
Wow, he went off and got him some while we were discussing. No,
I'm sad.
why are you sad?
People keep disappearing on us. Kaz disappears from existence.
It's okay.
Okay, well, I guess we'll have to make this decision without him. He's just gorging on the food.
Yeah, he's loving it. He's loving it so much. And the Minotaur just looks at you and says, maybe if you do that towards the guards, they'll be scared too.
Oh my god. That did a good job.
So, in addition to stealing their pants, what about leaving some messages on the walls?
I was
Written in
thinking about
blood.
Will it scare them?
It will.
It'll freak them out at least.
And that's all I need.
Their pants go missing. There's messages of blood on the wall. Wouldn't you be scared at least?
And he points at the contract and he says, all I request is to put fear in their hearts. Doesn't matter how you do it, so long as you do it.
Alright.
I kind of like shift the contract my way, put it in my hands, and I read over it again. And then I ball it up and I throw it on the ground and I say, for this wouldn't be for drinks. That would be a ripoff. I want to get paid.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not going to be staying at this inn anytime soon anymore.
And then I say, wait, okay, slash card. And then I say, you're not making a deal with him anymore. You're making a deal with me.
No, go ahead and back away from the kill.
Wait, Marker rolled? What? I'm so confused. What the hell is going on?
I rolled.
Oh. My thing.
What did I
My
get?
no, my thing scrolled up. My thing scrolled up as soon as you pressed enter. It scrolled up and showed Marker. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So you say make a deal with me, and then he's like, he looks at you, Aldor. Is something wrong with your friend?
I'll tell you what. Forget the drinks. I'll see what we can do while we're stealing their pants.
Well, the contract has been crushed due to your friend here throwing it across the way.
Consider it an apology, if you might.
No.
I
No
tried
contract.
stomping on it.
No contract has been had. 'Twas just a piece of paper. No harm, no foul.
I see. Well then, if it ever comes across our minds again, we'll keep in touch
All right. And he just
as we
Yeah.
go back to our table.
And then Kaz is like, oh my god, this is the worst drink I've ever had.
Freaking disciple of that, Zyzel
Mm-hmm.
equals loss of taste buds.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume we'll go our separate ways into our rooms and call it there.
Yeah, we could. I don't know where. Don't know where Kaz is, and we could save more, since there is going to be more action. Oof, excuse me. In the next session, yeah, we could call it here if you guys want.
Alright.
Is
Yeah,
it-
we can do that.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been fun playing with you guys once more. I'll see you guys next Tuesday once more. Since the schedule change has been happening, we could start every Tuesday at 4. If not, we could go earlier if you guys want.
4 is fine. Earlier could work,
Earlier could work.
Okay. So
but 4 is fine.
okay. So I'll see you guys next week at 4 then.
Alright. End recording. What's my experience